how to future proof your skills, right? And I think like anyone who's already in the tech industry is directly or indirectly kind of getting kind of absorbed into the world of AI, right? Like because either they have enough knowledge around like the benefits of AI so that like they would start using it, or like it is kind of mandated, so to speak, for a lack of a better term, by like the work environment, right? Like how can we kind of, what kind of advice can we give to just like an overall audience, right? Like on how to ways to kind of future proof like your skills for that future.
I feel like this age of AI has created more demand for those who have the breadth of knowledge than a depth, because gone are the days where if one person gets specialized in one area, they earn the highest money because that particular skill is absolutely needed. There's nobody else can do. But AI can go deep down right now, but the breadth is where, like, I need a caching solution. So these are the technologies that are available. These are the pros and cons. So basically, they can come up with the architecture in mind and basically understand what are the elements needed. So I feel like it is increasing the need for the breadth knowledge in the development area than the depth. The other one is, this is going to be very basic, communication. This is going to make communication skill even more necessary because it'll require people who can story tell clearly to the leadership, because instead of saying I typed it in and something came out in AI, but they should be able to articulate the story, the problem, because even AI needs that storytelling, because how good you are with storytelling AI, the better it can understand you and give you what you need.
Yes. And I think for me, simply said, curiosity, right? One of the important things is if you're curious, you have an open mind, right? That's what's required. Even before starting work, I think from the younger people, right? They need to start using these tools, right? In a way that they will complement each other, right? And sometimes the risks, Shan, you mentioned, right, is everybody may now seem to be an expert, right? And then, but the difference is, as I said, some aspects you need experience, right? So the positive thing is, rather than going through a lot of books and going through the traditional way of searching the internet and trying to find and seek this information, I think now the data is at your fingertips. However, it will give you data based on the questions you ask. Think about it. If you ask the wrong question, or if you are not asked it in the proper way, it might even hallucinate and give you something what is seems to be right, because the generative AI nowadays, right, not like the earlier chatbots, if it didn't know, it will say I don't know. It might make up things. So I think the good thing is, don't take everything that's given to you. It also means, I think they use this term prompt engineering, etc. For me, asking the right questions and re-asking those questions and getting some useful output, and then mastering something and applying that intelligently is something we all will have to learn, right? I think it's a skill that we'll have to learn, which we are not taught. And that rote learning, memorization, the importance goes away, right? So it's an interesting time. Yuresh, what about you?
It is for sure. Yeah, like I mean, like just to add to what Harish said, like one thing I do like in terms of since you mentioned prompts, right? So there are like these a lot of support material and resources around this on like what type of effective prompts that you can use for certain things, right? Like so, someone has already kind of done this research and like kind of put these together in a very effective way. So that itself, like you are kind of leveraging that to kind of serve a purpose that matters to you, but still in a more efficient way. So that might actually eliminate some of the hallucinations or like a negative response that you might get because of like a trial and error that you are trying to avoid. It is very interesting. It is evolving. I think in terms of future proofing yourselves, the one thing I think we covered this at the beginning too, right? Like, stay up to date. Read articles, get to know what type of advances AI is making. You don't necessarily need to know how it works, but the important thing is how you can leverage it for anything, like your career, your personal life, anything in between.